Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. So we're gonna do another tier list video and it's gonna be on basic attacks this time. You may ask why? Well, because basic attacks are darn important and nobody has done one yet. So we're gonna fix that and we're gonna make one. All right. So as you guys know, tier lists are very subjective and they're based on personal opinion. So this one is gonna be based on my personal preference and my personal playstyle. So it may differ from yours, but check it out anyways. All right. I just had a thought, guys. Next time I make a tier list video, we should do it on stream so you guys can be in chat with me and you guys can say whatever you want and you'll be on the video. All right. It'll probably be better than me talking to myself here, pretending like you guys are here with me. Man, after I just said that, that sounds a little sad. So we're gonna move on from that and jump on the video. Alright, so to do this, we have to split it between two tier lists, one for the ground and then one for the air. So, we got Peter first. Alright, Peter, I mean, dude, this guy's basic attack is so annoying. It's kind of like fighting somebody in real life, but the guy has like really long arms, right? And instead of just having 2 arms, he's got like 20 arms. It's kind of like fighting Luffy from One Piece, right? Except he's got 10 arms. And he's got 10 in the front and 10 behind him because no matter where you're trying to fight him from, he's going to hit you, even if you're behind him, right? That's how annoying it is. So both on the ground and in the air, he does the same thing, does a huge damage, and it's really fast. And yeah, just super annoying, very high coverage. So I would say, to be honest, I would give it an S tier for both the ground and the air, S tier, all right? Yeah, so for next, okay, so next is red. Okay, dude, what do you want me to say about red, guys? Like, okay, it's kind of like going to a barber or like a hairdresser or something, and you're getting your hair cut, and then halfway you notice like they messed up your hair, right? Like they cut a bald spot or something, and you're just like, dude, like what, what can you even do at this point, right? So you let them finish, but then they make it even worse, right? That's basically red's basic attack. Like you think it's almost done, like you think the bad part is almost done, but then it just continues. It just gets worse and worse, and then at the end of it, you gotta pay him money and then go home and curl up and cry. That's literally red's basic attack, and it's just super OP. Does a lot of damage, both the ground and the air. Actually, the air one got nerfed pretty hard. Actually, okay, like it used to be really broken because the range was really long on it, but now it's kind of like you have to be on top of the guy to actually hit him. So I would say the ground attack, is just so strong, and it drags you from like point A to point B, where point A is Earth and point B is Hell, which is lava and Battle Royale, right? So look. The ground attack, it's an easy S tier. Easy S tier. The air attack, though, it's going to be, I would say, between a B or an A. Like, depending on your skill. If you're a really skilled red player, it's going to be an A. If you're not, it's going to be B. All right, so next up, we got Kaiser. All right, so I'm not sure if you guys have ever been to Venice Beach before, but there's something called Muscle Beach, right? It's a place where all the juicers hang out. They all pump iron together, and they all work out together, and they lift weights, right? And they got all these muscles everywhere, in places that you've never even seen before. And they just look really strong. But then later on at the club or the bar, you see them get into a fight. And then like they punch somebody and it does like 0 damage. And why is that? Because they have too much muscle. Too much muscle means restriction, right? So they have no movement, they have no momentum, which means they do no damage. This is basically Kaiser, right? Kaiser's, his range, like he's a big dude. He's a really big dude, really massive arms. He's got 1, 0 range, 2, 0 damage, right? But he does have good poking, like he hits 3 times on the ground and twice in the air. So it's not bad. It's good for zoning. It's good for, it's good for poking. But if you're going to duel with it, it sucks. And you know what? I'm going to give it a C tier for both. Actually, you know what? No, that's not true. I'm going to give it a C tier for the ground and maybe a B tier for the air because he hits twice and the hitbox is pretty big for the air. So, okay. All right, so that's what I'll do. All right, so next up we have Alice, and I'm not sure if you guys watch anime or not, but from time to time you'll check out a new anime, and there's a category of anime where it's like, usually some guy in the middle school as a main character, and they're kind of a loser and they're kind of a simp, and for some reason they have like 20 girls surrounding him, and one of the girls is like a lolly sister type, but it turns out that she's super aggressive and kind of a bully, and yeah, that's basically Alice, right? Her basic attack is just so strong in the air, especially because her hammer gets just massive. And if you try to fight it, you're definitely gonna get knocked out because it's just so strong. Her ground though, her ground is kind of it's kind of whatever. Like it's slow. The damage is whatever. It hits twice only, and it's good for defense though because I'm not sure if you guys know, but if you use it when you like expect somebody to dive you, you can actually hit them first. So like when they dive you and you start using it before they dive you, you can actually hit them before they hit you. Anyways, for her air, it's going to be easy S for me, but for her ground, I would put it to a C tier. All right, so next we got Cindy. So Cindy's basic attack is kind of like when you have a car and then you buy a second car, and you start driving the second car a lot more because, well, it's new and you know it's exciting and all that stuff. But then after a year or something, you get bored of the second car and you go back to your first car, and you're like, wow, this first car is a lot better than I expected and what I remembered, right? That's basically her basic attack, because everyone starts spamming her skill and then forgets about her basic attack, but then when they start to master it and use it more, they're like, wow, this is actually not bad. But anyways, it's good. It's good both on the ground and the air. It's pretty fast. You know, you can use it for some good combos, but the range is short and the coverage is kind of right? So you do have to get a lot better with her to actually use it to kind of the max potential. I would say for her ground, it's like a B. Okay, for her air, I would say it's also a B. So B for both. And guys, I'm not being lazy. I promise you I'm not being lazy. Actually, you know what? I would say Cindy's air is more of a C tier because the range is so short. It's like Peter's, except the range is like a third of his range. So yeah. Okay, so next up we have Hook. You know that saying, don't bring a knife to a fist fight? Okay, Hook is taking it to the next level. She's literally bringing 2 laser pistols to a fist fight, right? She's fighting people that have scissors, that has a fist and has a hammer, and she's got laser pistols. How is that fair, right? And I'm not even kidding here. It's just so powerful. She's just so strong, and she's one of the only ranged characters in the game and does massive damage, can stun lock you, and hits you like 4 times, or maybe it's like 4 times 2, so 8 times straight, and it just busted, right? So yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna talk too much about it because it's just so strong. It's gonna be, so her ground basic attack is gonna be an easy S for me. Her air attack, it's not really used for offense, I would say. It's more used for like defense and if you're trying to like kite around your enemies. So I would say it's an A or a B. I'll put it to A for now for her air, but her ground is an easy S, especially if you pop her ult. I mean, I'm not gonna include that, but when you pop her ult, her basic attack is insane, right? All right, so next we got Mastercat. All right, so Mastercat's basic attack, dude. This is okay. If you guys ever see like, okay, I'll keep using anime as a reference, right? So you guys ever see like anime where there's some old guy, he's in a kimono or something, and he's got an eye patch or he's got a scar on his face, and his eyes are usually closed, and he's got like 2 swords in his back, and he's got, you know, like he just looks really dangerous, right? This is literally Mastercat's basic attack, because you know as soon as you get close, that guy is gonna beat you up, and then he's gonna say, look, you suck, but I'm gonna teach you something because I'm gonna be your sensei now. That's literally Mastercat's basic attack, because it's got the longest range in the entire game as a melee attack, and it does huge damage, right? His air attack is the same. It's basically the same thing except it does half the damage, but it's still really good. So I would say the ground attack is an easy S. So comparatively to the other legends, his air attack is not that great. I would say it's somewhere between a B or an A. So I'll put it to B for now. So yeah, so S for ground, B for air, all right? Okay, so we got Ravi next. So you know that guy in high school or like elementary school who's like 1 year older than everyone else because they failed a grade and they just happen to be really strong. And unfortunately for the rest of us normal plebs, he bullied us, right? And because he was so strong, he would just beat us up every day, and boy, did it hurt, right? Okay, so not me personally, because I never got bullied, but hey, some people I know, all right? So look, you were scared of him, right? Because he's strong. And when you got beat up by him, it hurt like hell. That's basically Ravi's basic attack. When you get beat up by Ravi, it's not pleasant. It's the most brutal experience, and he can beat you up over and over because the chain is pretty fast, right? Luckily, it's hard for him to reach you because the range is short. So without his skill, he can't really duel with it. So for that reason, I would say his ground basic attack is like it's like an A. It's a solid A, maybe a B if you're kind of a noob with him, but I would say it's an A. His air attack, I would say it's also an A because the hitbox is actually really good and it does really good damage too. And also if you're in like duo arena or something, it can actually knock you straight down into the abyss. So yeah, it's an A and A. Okay. All right, next up we got the Witch Queen. So okay, so guys, I don't know if you ever got into like a fight before, but you know those guys who fight dirty? Like before the fight even starts, they'll pick up some rocks and some dirt and throw it in your face, right? This is literally Witch Queen's basic attack. Like, she'll fight dirty. And when you try to fight her, she'll just run away, grab more rocks, and throw it in your face. That's basically her, because every time she jumps and shoots at you, it hits you 3 times, does huge damage, and you can't do anything about it because it knocks you far back. But her ground attack, though, is dog water. It's just not very good. It's slow. It's not very useful. It's really used for poking only, right? And so I will give her ground one a C tier, her air attack, easy S tier. All right, so who's next? Okay, Ducky. Look, Ducky can actually go suck my duck, right? It's actually trash. Her basic attack has 0 range, 0 damage. The real purpose of it is to open boxes in Battle Royale. That's pretty much it. Like, I don't know why they put it in, you know, like it's pretty useless, okay? I'm not gonna get into it too much, but if you get beat up by Ducky's basic attack, you need to go check yourself, right? I would say both her ground and her air are D tier, easy D tier. And that's pretty much it, all right? But I'm gonna talk about Swan. Like, I'm gonna put Swan as her own character because, well, she kind of is, all right? She doesn't really exist in our world, but she does exist at some point. All right, so yeah, I mean, her basic skill is kind of like cheating almost. It's like it's the same thing as her skill as her basic attack, right? It does huge damage, got huge range, got huge hitbox. What else can I say? Easy S tier for both ground and the air. Yeah, okay, let's move on. All right, we got the last one, Snow. I mean, Snow is new, as you guys know. He's kind of like, okay, let's stick to the anime references, right? Look, Snow is kind of like that character. It's kind of like Ichigo from Bleach, right? Complete trash. But then when he gets beat up a lot, for some reason, he's got some hidden power that's going to come out of nowhere and beat everyone up, right? Like, this is basically Snow's ground basic attack. The first 2 attacks are complete trash, got 0 range, no damage, and then all of a sudden the third attack comes out of nowhere and just pops you. That's literally Snow. Okay, so that's his ground, but his air though, his air is pretty good because it hits you twice, got good coverage, got good range, and it's got good damage. So I would say his ground, I'm gonna put it to a B tier, right? Because I would say his third attack is like an S tier, but his first 2 attack is like a F tier. So when you combine those 2, I guess it balances out to a B tier. But then if you look at his air attack, it's a solid, I would say A to B. Okay, so I would say A tier. All right, so it looks like we completed the list. This is the final results. Agree with it, disagree with it, whatever you want, leave it in the comments below. Anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to smash the like button in the face and subscribe to join the MoBo squad. And as always, remember to be humble, be kind to others, and see you guys next time. Peace.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away.